Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to run Windows 8 on a Mac. And this is a free process. At least it'll be free for 90 days and you could probably renew for another 90 days after that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to launch Safari here, because a couple tools that we're going to need is we need to go to virtualbox.org and downloads, and download our basically our virtual hypervisor. This is just a software that you're going to install on your Mac that will run a virtual machine within your Mac. So this is the downloads page here, and you can see you can get it for Windows, you can get it for OS X, Linux, and Solaris. Of course, you're going to want to get the OS X version, download it, and install it. Pretty straightforward install. You just drag it to your folder, bang, you installed. You can actually do this on a Windows too if you want to run it on a XP, Vista, God forbid, Windows 7, and test out Windows 8 on a PC as well. You can do that. So this is kind of nice. It's cross-platform. Once you have that downloaded, you'll need to actually go to technet.microsoft.com, and I'll have the entire URL in the show notes. And here you can actually get download the Enterprise version of Windows 8 free for 90 days as a trial. And this is an ISO that you'll be downloading, which is just a CD image. You can actually mount it. Here you can see Windows 8 Enterprise for 90 days. Pretty good deal. Test it out. It's a full-blown version. So what do you got to lose on that? So go ahead and just download that. So once we have it installed, I'm going to go ahead and just launch my VirtualBox. As you can see, it's just installed in my applications now. So we'll launch this up. And I've already created a VM. Oh, and look at this. I already got an update. I just downloaded this like a couple weeks ago. You'll not have this when you bring it up, so you're going to go to New and initiate the wizard. And you're just going to name it, like Windows 8. Go through the process. You have a drop down. You have Windows 8, Windows 8 64-bit to choose from. You can actually run just about anything in this. You can want to go back to Windows 3.1 or 95 and reminisce on the good old days of Windows. You can do that. And you just continue and you go through the wizard and create the virtual machine. Real easy. If more of you post in the notes you want me to go through this, I will in a separate video. But I am going to just go through the settings on the one I created, which will show you exactly what I put in the wizard. So I'll launch the settings, and again, here's general. This is just name. I didn't really change anything here. The system itself, I only had 4 gigs on my MacBook, so I only gave this system a gig. You don't want to starve your actual hardware that you're running this in, so a gig's safe. I have a floppy, a CD, a hard drive. You got to have at least those. You don't need the floppy. I only give it 1 CPU, so that's plenty. And acceleration, they're enabled for VTX and AMD, and this is through your processor, and they have Intel inside, so you get to use that. The display, pretty chintzy, 128, just one monitor. Didn't enable any 2D, 3D acceleration. Storage, I have the CD for the ISO mounted, and SATA controller. Now, one thing I did here is I did a thing called thin provisioning. Yes, the Windows 8 machine thinks it's 25 gig, but I didn't want to take 25 gig from my MacBook's hard drive, so I did a thing called thin provisioning, or dynamically allocating it. So really it's only using 11 gig, and it'll grow as it needs it. So if I add a file, download something on my Windows virtual machine, it's going to get 11.5 or 11 point whatever gig, so it'll grow dynamically, which is kind of nice. Nothing really here on the audio. The network, I have it NATed, so it's going to share the the network connection that my MacBook has wirelessly, so I could get on the internet on my virtual machine, just like a regular machine. And I only have the one adapter. Nothing really on the ports, I just left them default. And no shared folders. So that is basically the settings of my virtual machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and power it up here. And we can say do not show that again, just a little notice. And it's booting up. And I still have the CD mounted, so if I wanted to I could reinstall it right there, but I'll just let it go. And even in the virtual machine, the Windows 8 still isn't very fast to boot. You think maybe it would have improved in that category. Alright, so we're up and running. Not too terrible, but yeah, not instantaneous. And I'm sorry, I have a Chromebook, so I'm really spoiled on booting up. So we have the beginning Windows 8 screen, and now if I click in here, I can actually log in. And yeah, I don't use that account, so Hotmail never did do a very good job of keeping the spam away. And we have a Windows 8 desktop. Now something you can do here is you can actually put this in a full screen mode. So now we're running in full screen mode. And as you can see, I have like an internet connection, so my tiles are updating. Again, if you wanted to go to the desktop, like a native Windows desktop, you can go down here to desktop and highlight it. And now we're kind of in a Windows environment that people are used to. Got your files and your Internet Explorer, and if you come over here where the start button used to be, there is a start button. Oh darn. Yeah, they didn't make it real friendly to click on. But that's how you get back to your tiles. So another thing, if you wanted to see what kind of apps they're offering in the App Store for Windows 8, you can go there. And it really just lets you evaluate it quite nicely for free. And again, 90 days. It's 3 months. Pretty good time frame. So we want to see the top paid apps in the Microsoft App Store. And wow, should have took a poll. Who would have guessed? Angry Birds Star Wars. So this is kind of the layout and how you can run Windows 8 free on a MacBook. And here's our little toolbar down here. If you go down here, you can actually go out of full screen mode and back to a minimized. And again, voila, here's the Mac. So this is how you can run Windows 8 on a MacBook. And we're just going to shut the machine down. So that is the demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Again, if you have questions about how to do any of this, just leave a comment, and I can do more detailed, go into some areas that someone might want. If you want some Windows 8 tutorials, I can do those. But basically, thanks for watching.